There's a three-pointer, and that's good for Jayla Everett. Drive from Harris, and the crafty move from the point guard to get the and one.
Hello and welcome to Pitt Beyond the Script. Alongside Lance White, the head coach of the women's basketball team here at Pitt, I'm Rob King of AT&T Sportsnet. Coach, first of all, you're off to a terrific start, but before we talk about the way the team is performing on the court, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you a little bit about the difficulties of navigating what has been a very difficult season.
Well, it's been such a wild and roller coaster event for us and our team, and you know, I've been so proud and pleased with how resilient our kids have been. And you know, in coaching, you're used to a schedule that everything is based on, and this group has, you know, suffered and had to really overcome a lot of obstacles. And from a 32-day, what I call sabbatical in the middle of the season, to then come back and, you know, and go right into ACC play. And you know, again, it's cost us, you know, a little bit of that team bonding and team unity, but they've been resilient, they've overcome, and they've done a great job of just valuing every time we get to get out on the court and play.
I want to take you back to last March and wondering how important that win prior to the lockdown was over Notre Dame, the defending ACC champs, to be able to beat them in the ACC tournament when you'd had one regular season win. Did that fuel the offseason a little bit? And I wonder, too, was any of that fuel blunted, any of that fire blunted a little bit by what subsequently happened?
Well, obviously it did. And, you know, and again, we had to play 4 freshmen last year a lot. And, you know, and those kids, you can talk about what's coming and what they have to do, but until they actually experience it, you can't teach experience. And, you know, and for that group to be able to go through the year and battle and then now see some of the success from it, rewards from it, that definitely carried over. And, you know, and just our starting point whenever we were able to get our team back was completely different. Now they understood whenever we said that move's not strong enough, quick enough, you got to make that stronger, seal stronger. They understood that you're right.
You know, you look at that group of sophomores led by Daishanette Harris, but the group in total, they started last year with 1 win. Now you've improved on that already. How much do you see that group developing and getting closer to your ultimate goal of winning an ACC championship?
Yeah, you know, that group they've had to be so resilient in their work. And, you know, we've talked all year on that you have to play hard all the time and you have to be great teammates. And that group has embodied that. They really come to work every day and, you know, and they want to get better. And, you know, and I think throughout our ACC season, even so far, of just being able to, every game is that they've been in. They've battled, and now we have to take that next piece of learning how to win those games. And that's a skill, and that's something that you really have to have those kids buy into. But again, I've been really pleased with our progression. Now we have to finish out that last piece, and now we got to win them.
And she hits one from way downtown, 75-71. And the Panther bench is fired up.
Well, you do have some wins and some nice wins under your belt, and Jayla Everett has been a big part of that. Transfer comes in, and how much a positive effect on this team?
Well, you know, she's a kid who is an elite player, and, you know, and she gives you a confidence, and, you know, and again, they had to handle so much of that load last season by herself, and now to have somebody who can make plays and they can play off each other, I think that takes some of the pressure off. And, you know, and she's a scorer, can play on both ends of the floor, and, you know, and she automatically gives you that energetic player that can make plays. And she's really been a great addition to us and the skill set she provides. But it still takes time in order during late in games and whenever you have to be able to make plays against some of the best players in the country, that's still what we have to grow in.
And Rita and Amber have given you more presence down low?
Absolutely, and, you know, and just their toughness and rebounding and size and strength that we have to have, and, you know, and I think they've done a great job this season of providing that, you know, stability. I think they're the ones who have to be able to control the rebounds that now lead to everything else that we have to do. But they've really progressed throughout the summer and into the fall.
Coach, we've talked a lot about progression, and that's obviously a big part of the story. What have the women learned that maybe against Syracuse you didn't do that you need to do better to come away with a victory?
Yeah, and I think we learned a lot from that game, and and being able to battle, and again in a weird environment, and then being able to battle back to within 2 points, and then 5 points with 4 minutes to go, and it's still that piece that we have to learn of that execution to finish a game, and and just what it takes. You don't have to do anything miraculous. You have to continue to do what you do and give a little bit more. Something that we are learning and growing, and that's what we have to take away whenever we get them again this weekend.
And it feels like the teams that are elite, and that's where you're heading, that's the direction you're heading with this program, have an expectation of victory when they get on the floor, know how to do it, and expect to do the little things that it takes to win.
Yeah, and and that's what we knew coming in, that whenever we were rebuilding the roster, and you don't have those juniors and seniors above you who show you how to do that and who give you that, is that we are having to do that with freshmen and sophomores that have to come in right away, and you have to learn how to do that. And that's one of the hardest things that you have to teach, is that once you can get them there, and we're playing extremely hard, our kids really want it. Now you have to be able to execute it, and the ability to make those mistakes and do that stuff. Now you have to eliminate as many of those as you can in order to beat the best of the best.
Coach, thanks very much. Continued success with the program. It's been really exciting to watch.
Well, thank you so much. Hail to Pitt.
Stick around. You're going to hear from Amber Brown to sit down with her. We're also going to be joined by Coach Jeff Capel from the men's basketball team when we resume on Pitt Beyond the Script.